People come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. When I invite somebody to be on the show and they say yes, I get really excited because I can't wait to hear what they say, how they're going to respond to questions. And I try very hard to have a variety of guests. With that being said, today is the first time interviewing a Notary Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is, here I go again, Aatif Nanji.
Hi, Nancy. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being on the show. First question I want to ask you is why that career choice?
Oh, that's an easy question. My dad's a notary, so he's the one who kind of got me into it.
So what is about the job that you like? What is it that really excites you about that job?
Every day is different. It's not constantly doing the same thing all the time. There's so many different issues and areas of law that we kind of deal with. So, just this morning, I was dealing with a mortgage, for a couple of minutes. And then next I was dealing with some will issues. It's a nice variance of different things, to work on. So it keeps things exciting, keeps things interesting.
So now do people, because of the COVID, of course, do people, are they still able to come in to see you in person? Do you do a lot of things like this way or through email? How are you working it?
Yeah, people are still able to come in person. Our office has adopted many safety measures to keep our staff and our clients safe. And then we also do as much as we can over the phone and by Zoom. So one example is, before this COVID stuff happened, we would do all will interviews in person. Now we are trying to do as much as we can over the phone, and then we would just see them in person for the signing. So we're basically cutting their exposure in half, And also, many people would come in just with general questions. They would just want to sit down and get some advice. So now we're doing all of that over the phone. So people are normally only coming in for signings, for their real estate deals or for wills and powers of attorney.
Yeah. Right. No, I know you work at Simpson's, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Have you always worked there or have you worked at other companies?
No, actually, I've always worked here. I started working for Simpson's the same month that I got commissioned as a notary. So pretty much right away, I came out here.
So now when you go to school to become a notary, how long does that process take?
The notary program itself is only about a year and a half, but you do need to have an undergraduate degree before you can enter the program.
Okay, so did you do that all here in Chilliwack? Did your schooling?
No, I did all of my schooling through SFU.
Okay. Now, where are you from originally? Are you from Canada originally? Were you born here?
I was, yeah. North Vancouver.
North Vancouver, okay. And are your parents from Vancouver as well?
No, they came here in the 70s from East Africa.
From East Africa. Okay, so why Canada?
So for my dad, so I don't know if you're familiar with what happened in the early 70s in Uganda with Idi Amin. So he had basically exiled all the South Asians from the country. So his family had to leave, and at the time, Justin Trudeau's father was the prime minister, and he was extremely welcoming of the refugees coming from East Africa. So that's how my father came here, and then my mother, she was living in Kenya at the time. They didn't have the same political problems. It wasn't as significant, but there was still a lot of fear of that happening there as well. Right. So her family eventually came here as well, probably because they knew some people here. There's already a large Ismaili community here, so I think that that probably was a big appeal for them.
I'm just curious now, do you personally feel any draw to that country to go into East Africa?
Oh, yes, I actually visited there in my early 20s. I spent a couple of months in East Africa. I spent a month in Nairobi and then a month in Mombasa.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was probably one of the greatest experiences of my life. I've got to go on a 3-day safari in between those two cities. And still to this day, it's one of my most memorable experiences.
Very, very good. Now, do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a sister who lives in Toronto, and she works for Amazon.
Oh, all right. That's pretty cool. Okay. Do you have any hobbies? What do you do when if you have any downtime?
My wife is very much into hiking, so by default, I'm into hiking. So we do a lot of hiking. We try and fitness. When we have a chance, we try to stay active and then of course when we're not active all the time, we do enjoy our downtime at home, and when we have that time, we like watching just TV shows, movies, Netflix, that type of thing.
How long have you been married?
6 years.
6 years. And how'd you meet?
We met on eHarmony, actually.
Was that right? All right. A
Yeah.
success story. I love that. That is so cool. Okay. So what are your plans for the future? Are you going to stay where you are? Or are you going to upgrade or whatever? I don't know. I'm just sort of putting it out there,
I don't think we're planning any changes. I like, Simpson Notaries is a great company to work for, and I don't think it's going to get any better than that, honestly. So, and I love Chilliwack. I moved out here about 7 years ago, and yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to picture living anywhere else right now.
So what do you think you love about Chilliwack?
I love it's beautiful. The mount, I grew up in Lynn Valley, surrounded by mountains. So coming out here, it was a very easy transition that way, just with the scenery. I love how many opportunities there are out here to do outdoorsy things like hiking.
Right.
Like, recently we discovered Mount Shiam, and I'm telling everybody about it because I think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in the world. And I just can't believe it's in our backyard. So things like that is probably what I love most about Chilliwack, and the small town feeling. It's a smaller community, and some people here can be very, very friendly and welcoming, and yeah, it's a special place.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I agree with you. Like, especially since I've been doing this, I've just realized how generous people here can be. Not that they aren't in other places, of course, but I find that people here can be very generous, either with their time, like you taking the time out to do this with me. I really appreciate that. I'm sure you're busy, but that's so cool. I just want to ask that, and I'm not trying to cause any controversy or anything, but is there anything in your job that you don't particularly like doing?
Well, putting on a dress shirt and slacks, I could do without. So, just to go back to that COVID stuff. So, one thing our office is doing is trying to get as many people working from home as possible.
Right.
So, luckily, I'm one of those people that get to work from home. So, so I don't have that problem anymore. So, it's not something I can complain about. And I would say shaving, but as you can see, that's not really an issue anymore either. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, you don't know what I'm wearing below my waist, although I do have jeans on. I can't show it. My leg can't go up that high. Okay, so now you said hiking is one of your hobbies, right? Are you an avid reader, or do you watch TV, other things that you do?
Yeah, actually, I don't do too much reading. I wish I could say I did. I do love entertainment, so TV, movies. I'm very much a big fan of stand-up comedy. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I love music. Like, I think everybody probably does, so that doesn't make me sound that unique. But yeah, I enjoy all those things.
Well, no, some people don't like to admit that they watch TV, for instance, I call them TV snobs, right?
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you now? I had a thought and then it just went out of my head. So we'll have to forget about that. But I think we're just about out of time. I just want to let people in Chilliwack know that you're here and that you work at Simpson. And if if they want to call, get in touch with you, as a notary, I'm talking about, of course, how
Sure.
would they do that?
So they can give us a call. Our office number is 604-824-5500, or they can send us an email at info@simpsonnotaries.com. And one thing I should mention is, we really try to be very accommodating and welcoming. So if people have general questions, they don't necessarily need work done. They just maybe have a question about, what to do about a will, or what is a will, or how does this work, or what's a power of attorney, or do I need this or not? we are always happy to take questions. We don't charge anything for answering questions. So, if anybody is out there with questions that are kind of related to this type of stuff, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're not expecting you to do some work with us. We're just happy that you're giving us a call and you keep us in your minds.
Right. Okay. Just before I go, you mentioned power of attorney, and I just want to ask you: are there different power of attorney? Like I have a daughter; she is my power of attorney. So does she get to take care of everything? If I'm
great question. Power of attorney is strictly for legal and financial matters. So she'd be able to do banking for you, dealing with insurance matters, investments, selling property. But with a power of attorney, she would not be able to make medical decisions for you or end of life decisions. That's done separately through a document called the representation agreement. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a really common misunderstanding with people. They simply assume power of attorney covers everything.
Right.
So it's important people know that distinction.
Right. Well, great. Well, thanks for answering that question.
No
So
problem.
like I said, we're out of time, and I appreciate you doing that. Just stay there while I say goodbye to the audience. So just hold on for a second. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed meeting today's guest and finding a little bit more about Notary Republic here in Chilliwack. And hope you watch the next show. Until then, peace out. Okay, recorder's off. So thanks again for taking the time to do this with me. This will probably air in a few weeks. And when it does, I'll send you the link, of course. And just so you know, it goes on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of those places.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thanks again. Bye now.
No problem. Take care. Bye.